What's up, fam? What's up with y'all off the early morning, fresh out of the DMV? It's the homie, main man, made man. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. You dig? Hope everybody had a blessed weekend. Hope you got a chance to do everything your little heart desire asks for you to do, and you got your ass up for work this morning. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the homie, he on his way to the money. Inventory shopping off the early. Going to pick up some good inventory this morning, man. Yo, man, I got 30 Nerf guns for $30. Brand new Nerf guns, never been opened, never been used. I'm moving. I'm going to pick them up. 30 Nerf guns for $30. A pair of Jordan 2s, Radio Raheem's, black and red, size 12. Brand new. Yo, I got a pair for myself, and you can't find these joints nowhere. Like, you find them in blue and white everywhere, but you can't find them in black and red. So I'm going to get that, and that's like a $500 profit right there, man, all day. But anyway, we got boxing news to talk about. Check it out, fight fans. I want to talk about UK drug testing this morning. You know what I'm saying? Now, those who missed the We Talking Boxing yesterday, I had a lot on my plate. I wasn't able to do it last night, but we got a lot to talk about. I still got to cover Maurice Hooker versus Jose Ramirez. I'm a little late to that. I haven't covered it yet because honestly, I haven't seen the fight yet, and I can't talk about nothing that I haven't seen. But I will be taking that in today and expect a vid on that today. But UK drug testing. UK drug testing is what we talking about this morning. Now, in light of the Dillian White situation, what's going on with Dillian White, UK drug testing needs work in a major way. In a major way. We may break up a little bit going under this overpass here. Hold on one second. All right, in a major way. Now, we know in Dillian White's situation, right, in which, in his case, he tested positive for 2 steroids, did not let the Oscar Rivas camp know what was going on. According to Eddie Hearn and Dillian White, they believe that they were cleared by UCAD in order for them to go forward with a fight. You know what I'm saying? This is retarded. Look, UK drug testing is becoming some of the most worst testing out there, because it's already known that you can take certain substances up to the day of the fight, out of competition, in competition. That's already bad enough. It's like when Billy Joe Saunders got caught up. He got in trouble here in America because he got caught under VADA, but he received absolutely no punishment in the UK. Now, if technically, legally speaking, if he wouldn't have had his license suspended, he could have went on and fought in the UK with no problem. That's just how it works, you know what I mean? That stuff needs changing, you know? It needs updating. You cannot allow fighters also to test positive in fights, such as allegedly Tyson Fury did with Neandrolone, and then still go on to fight other fights. That don't make no sense to me, you know what I mean? If a fighter tests positive in a fight, he should not be allowed to go on to any more fights. That should be it, you know what I mean? There's a drug testing program in the UK. I doubt it. The crazy part about this so-called UCAD is that they go by the guidelines of USADA. I've actually had boxing fans come to me and tell me, well, man, they test for everything under UCAD. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't test for everything under UCAD. Certain things are allowed, certain things aren't. On top of that, they use the testing ratios of USADA. That is not VADA. VADA's ratios that they test at are much different than USADA's. You can look it up for yourself. You know what I mean? This is why VADA testing is so renowned and so known, because the ratios that they test you at are hard to beat. It's hard to beat. It's hard to flush out. You know what I mean? That's why you see a lot of these fighters now saying, oh, well, we're cutting drug testing closer and closer to the fight. You dig? Because they need more time to properly cycle off a lot of these PEDs. And with VADA testing, with their ratios, it's much harder to beat. But under USADA's and UCAD's ratios, they are a lot easier to beat all day. Last one says, I'm not a fan of drug takers in the sport by any means, but something that I can't understand is if he took something that could affect the fight, why would they let the fight go ahead? I have no idea. They have been doing this practice for quite some time, actually. You know what I mean? It's just that the Dillian White situation is the situation that's shedding light on it. A little bit of light got shed on it during the Billy Joe Saunders fight. but it just never really, everyone was so wanting to dump on Billy Joe Saunders so much that we kind of overlooked a lot of this. Honestly, a lot of this showed its head in the Tyson Fury situation. And like I said before, he tested positive the fight prior to Vladimir Klitschko and still was allowed to go on and face Vladimir Klitschko. So these things has been going on for quite some time. I'm hoping that the Dillian Whyte situation sheds more light onto it. There is no way, there is no excuse, there's nothing that Eddie Hearn nor Dillian Whyte can say as to why the Oscar Rivas camp was not notified. There's nothing also that U.K can say as to why the Oscar Rivas camp was not notified, you know, of a positive test. There's nothing. There's no excuse whatsoever. There's no protocol in place. If there is a protocol in place, it's foul. You know what I mean? You always let the opposing team know when a fighter has tested dirty in a fight. That's just common sense, you dig? So U.K drug tested, I don't know what they got going on over there. They're not letting opponents know. They're allowing fighters to go on and fight fights whether they're testing positive or not. Then they hit you with this excuse of, well, we have to test the B sample. We have to test the B sample. Let me tell y'all something. 9 times out of 10, if the A sample comes back dirty, the B sample is going to come back dirty. I can't even think of one fight in recent memory in which the A sample was dirty, but the B sample was clean. Maybe y'all can think of one. I can't think of one. I don't know that one instance where the A sample is dirty and the B sample is clean. But even in this situation, the B sample, for this adjudication situation, it could be up to a year. Up to a year before we know.
Am I the meanest? Sure enough. Am I the prettiest?
So this is unheard of, man. I'm still here. Stand by. Hold left for a second. I'm going through an overpass here, man. This overpass here always kind of mess up my live stream in the morning. Sorry about that. But this is crazy. Anytime you could be in an adjudication situation, you have to wait up to a year to test the B sample. This is crazy. Maybe he got a TUE. Why would you still want a TUE? Let's just say he got a TUE, right? Why would you want a TUE for 2 steroids that are evidently banned? Like, not even traces amounts of this stuff can be inside of your system. It doesn't matter. That's why the whole traces amounts, little amounts excuse don't hold up, because not even a little bit of this stuff can be in your system. So if it's to a point where a little bit of this stuff can't be in your system, a TUE, I don't think that's not even appropriate for a substance like this. You dig? I mean, but then again, there's rumors running around that Anthony Joshua is using TUEs for testosterone, right? I haven't heard Dillian Whyte Camp mention anything about a TUE. I haven't heard Eddie Hearn mention anything about a TUE. I don't know if a TUE is in place here. But all I do know is, why even so would you want a TUE for something as dangerous as this? You dig? So this is what I'm saying, man. The U.K drug testing, on top of all of this, they did not let the WBC know, the sanctioning body that's over top of this particular fight. They didn't even let them know. They didn't let the fighters know, the opposing fighter know. They didn't let the sanctioning body know. They were down to allow they were down to allow a fighter to go forward in a fight while testing dirty. These are all things that needs changing in UK drug testing. Like yesterday. Not today, like yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. You know, I don't get it. This thing is telling me to rotate the device. I don't know why. I always scream in portrait, but it is what it is. But you know, like I said before, man, this thing needs updating. You know what I mean? It needs changing. Like yesterday, we cannot keep allowing these fighters to go forward fighting in the UK. Now other fighters are becoming weary of fighting in the UK. Their reputation is in shambles. You see Bob Arum running around having reservations now about sending Vasyl Lomachenko across the water to face Luke Campbell. You see Andy Ruiz now out here saying he don't know for sure if he wants to go to the UK and fight in the UK after all of this. This is a bad situation. No fighter feels comfortable now going over the water to fight somebody when they're not knowing if they're opposing the person that they're fighting is a dirty fighter or not, because they won't know until the fight. You know what I mean? So These things need to change, UK. These things needs to change, fight fans. We cannot have fighters going across the water not knowing if they're fighting against fellow dirty fighters. You can't do it. You dig? So I don't think it's right, man. I don't think it's right. They need to update it like yesterday. It's just not cool. We just recently had a couple boxers pass away in the ring, and it's reasons like this, that these little things like this that we can tighten up on in boxing to shut stuff like this down. You know what I mean? Let's be proactive and not reactive. You know, they were reactive when they changed rounds from 15 rounds to 12 rounds. They were reactive when they changed the way the gloves had to be filled out and things like that. These were all reactionary moments. And I'm saying I want them to be proactive as opposing to be reactive. You know what I mean? And that's just the bottom line. So I'm going to leave it there, man. I don't know what's going on with the broadcast. They telling me to change the thing around. I don't know. I'm getting off though, man. Much love to each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay stressed and sucker free. Like I tell y'all before, UK drug testing needs updating like yesterday. We cannot have these fighters going across the water not knowing if they're fighting dirty fighters or not. We cannot have these fighters going across the water and not being notified properly. Or this is bullshit. This is 2019 boxing. We got technology that can do much better. UK, get your shit together. To the next one. Peace out.